that. Um, we should have Sheldon here joining. What's up? How we doing?
What's up? What's up?
Jeez, my laptop's all the way up. All right. Professional podcasting. Let's go. Uh, we're obviously on the live show, but uh, you just let me. How are we feeling today? I was turning the volume down, and I hit the mute
Nah,
button.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. How we do?
pop quiz today in class didn't go well. Did
Oh,
not go well. Did
oh,
not go well. But sometimes you got to take your L's and move on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
But yeah, besides that, pretty good. Doing pretty good.
I've hit the point in my semester where I'd already completed 2 of my classes, so
Oh yeah, I
but
still gotta wait till Thanksgiving at least.
yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just like I opened my school's like software where we upload everything, and there was literally like I looked at my assignments due for the week, and it was all the stuff due on Sunday, because everybody
Mm,
makes the stuff due Sunday, and then there's nothing until Friday. I was just like, yo, this is a
ooh,
great week.
that's love. That is love.
So I briefly have um introduced the topic. I guess I'll give you open floor on Chauncey and Terry Rozier if you want to, because I was briefly going over it, but
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like a thing that has been going on for a while. Like there's been a lot of like scandals like this. The one I can think about in basketball was like I think it was like in the '80s, and there was like a point shaving scandal with the Arizona State team, and it's just like. And I was watching a lot of the stuff on like Tim Donaghy. He spoke about it a little bit, and some guy that worked with the NBA. I don't really know what he worked with the NBA for, but he like was involved with the mob at some point, and it's just crazy how much like the people ended up like falling to the streets to gamble because they had to do it illegally, and it like just fucks them up like so bad. Because like even the Terry Rozier thing, like I I feel like he was giving information out to other people, so he was obviously involved in with some shady characters as well. Chauncey Billups thing's insane. Like I don't know if you saw they had like X-ray tables, X-ray goggles, like it was
ridiculous.
like crazy. And Terry Rozier was making $23 million a year. Gave up his $6 million home as collateral. So all that for 200K is pretty insane to me. Um, but another thing is, I saw like when Charles Barkley was talking about it, like it's obvious NBA players gamble on a lot of things. Like even back when like Michael Jordan's like the most well known gambler of in like the NBA before now, obviously. But this one guy made a good point and said like the gambling is just like for athletes, it's just like an extension of their competitiveness. Like they wanna win, so that's why
Let's
they
go.
get so attached to it. It's just really crazy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've heard something, and I don't know if this is anything real, but I feel like I've heard before Shaq said that he's point shaved before. Uh,
It's crazy. There's no way.
I, I'm gonna Google it, and then maybe this can be a part of our next non 2025 season or
Yeah.
2026 season related episode with the quotes. But I'm pretty sure uh, Shaq is like, I don't know, it might have been like a joke, but I remember it from when I was like way younger. Um, Okay, it's just I Google it and I just see comments about the Chauncey Billups stuff. So I've made this up in my head essentially. Anyway, we're talking about the least controversial NBA player. We're going to do our favorite strategy, which is group thinking this,
Mm.
and we're gonna narrow down progressively as we go through things. I guess we'll go ahead and throw out every player who's been caught in a gambling scandal. Um,
Oh
as
yeah.
yeah,
I was confused for throw out. I thought you were meaning like start talking about it. I'm like, wait, are we doing the opposite? I
no.
got you.
So we're gonna start with just avenues to what's not disinclude, but disqualify people from being the least controversial NBA player. And for clarity purposes, we're not trying to talk about the controversial players. We're just trying to find the least controversial one. So I will throw it out to you. What are some avenues that you think that like make somebody the least controversial NBA player?
Okay. Obviously, no cases, no cases. Um, I feel like maybe in Kyrie Irving's case, I feel like he can be considered a controversial player, even though he has obviously nothing legal about him, but just some of his ideas and stuff. And just some of the things that he's done. We talk about like with burning the sage and like during that whole era, the Kevin Durant live. There's a lot of interesting things that he said. Um, so I think we should be looking for players that are generally known as like the nice guys around the league. You know, I don't really know like Walter Payton Man of the Year type players, but for the NBA, I feel like
Yes.
guys that have kept their name clean, and you don't really talk about them there if they're hooping.
Yes, so on that note, well-known great guys in the NBA, and not sarcastically too, because I we will say like non-sarcastic, or we will say sarcastically that Miles Bridges is a great guy. But on a real note, great guys in the NBA, just a couple off the top of the head, like Bradley Beal, Drew Holiday, those are well-renowned, very good, for their communities that they've been in throughout their careers. Um, I think that is a very strong stepping point. Um, I think just another reason to disqualify people potentially, and uh, just foul baiters,
Oh,
well renowned by NBA Twitter as foul baiters. Um, whether the
so
controversy
ethical
is
hoopers.
yes, yeah. So I think being an ethical hooper is a partial requirement of this. Obviously, we're not going to find somebody who's 100% fit to like every single thing, so it'll be a sliding scale of, the ultimate best candidate considering all of the factors that we're building up here. But that was something that I thought of. Anybody who's a fat, pretty rough. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to slide that one in there. Um, I also thought of you can be too good, um, because once you get to a certain level of good, and I thought of one exception, but there could be another answer. Being good will automatically make you controversial. For instance, LeBron James is so good that he is, you know, tied himself into the biggest sports discussion of all time in the NBA GOAT debate, and it inherently makes him controversial. Um, you can say like basically the same thing about Steph Curry. He's got his point guard debate. So I think that alone, and we're only doing players in the league today as well. So we're not including. I'm sure there could be an answer if we date all the way back to the past, but we're only doing players in the league currently. Um, so those were a couple of the other things that I thought of. Did you have any other ones that are out? Ooh, we're getting some playback audio.
Um, yeah, yeah, it was getting a little laggy for me there. No, I think I liked everything you said. I think if you're too good, it could definitely be controversial. You talked about the two guys who were constantly debated like every day, pretty much, and especially after they retire, they will be. So, um, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Um, So I mean, if we have any other qualifiers that come to mind, we can obviously you know, lay those out if we need to. But I think another way to go about this is go team by team, and maybe teams is another way that we can explore this because there are some teams that are going to be inherently controversial. Um, everybody hates the Chicago Bulls because they make stupid transactions and don't spend a lot of money compared to like other big market teams. So I think that could be a factor in this. Did you consider contracts for players?
Yeah, I think that's definitely you have to consider something you have to consider because guys that might not be performing up to standard will definitely be called controversial because they'll be talked about like, well, they shouldn't have got this contract or they're not playing, they're overrated because they're getting paid like this, which is definitely controversy. Yeah, controversy.
And then you have players who have a wide range of discrepancy on how good they are. So like your Rudy Gobert's, who a lot of people will tell you is a garbage NBA player, and then other people will tell you, oh no, he was actually one of like the 20 best players in the league. Like that inherently also makes them controversial. So there's a wide range of factors that we're working against right here. Um, do we have any nominees off the top of our head?
I got an underrated one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna throw out Thomas Bryant.
Oh,
Thomas Bryant. He's controversial. He's controversial. Just
non-controversial.
non-controversial. Yeah.
Oh, lay out the case. Lay out the case.
Without the case. Um, everywhere he's been, he's just been a hard worker, not really in the headlines for anything, kind of a quiet guy. I feel like he's done a lot of stuff for the community as well. And I like everywhere he goes, he's like even in Indiana, like he played like backup minutes, and everyone still really liked them there. Miami as well. No one had anything bad to say, even though he really barely played in Miami or made a big impact after leaving the Wizards. Um, I feel like. and when he was on the Wizards, he was a fan favorite. I feel like he's a very likable guy, and definitely not a guy that like is in the headlines for anything he says or anything like that.
Yeah. Um, on that note, I'm going to nominate Michael Porter. um, yeah. I have a higher profile guy who I did think of. Um, because originally, I was talking about Steph Curry, LeBron James. Typically, when you name those two guys, your brain goes to Kevin Durant next. And the initial thought is, oh, Kevin Durant. Yeah, no, he's not going to be on there. But um, I think every step of the way, he's been a pretty uncontroversial guy. Like, NBA fans really loved him in his early parts of his careers. Then everybody hated him. I don't think many people liked the Golden State move, which is why I think he's rather uncontroversial in that scenario because, like, everybody had the same opinion on it damn near. And then he doesn't have any, like, what is Kevin Durant's Magic Johnson or LeBron James debate? I don't think he necessarily has one. I think everybody who you ask will say, yeah, Kevin Durant's between 10 and 20 somewhere in the NBA all time. He doesn't have, go ahead.
Would I don't know if this is a big debate, but wasn't there like a big thing about him and Steph getting that Finals MVP? Or
No,
no?
no.
Okay.
I There might have been one of them, but I think the 2018 one was for sure Kevin Durant. Um, yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant is probably one of the higher profile names that I think is actually a real candidate here. Um, we can obviously go team by team, of course, um, just to, go through a couple of guys. So, do you want to start with any particular team?
Yeah. Let's let's go with a let's go with the uh, let's go with the Timberwolves. Maybe we'll find somebody on
Ooh,
there. Maybe we'll find someone on the Timberwolves. Um, what do you think about Dante DiVincenzo being that least
ooh.
controversial guy? Because I feel like people were just upset when he left New York and like what he brought. Everyone loved him in New York, and like he played good minutes last year for the Timberwolves. He's not really a guy that I mean. I guess if you want to say there was the stuff preseason with him and Rick Brunson, you could say that. So I don't know. I don't know. But I think off the Timberwolves, I think out of all their players, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mike Conley. Maybe Mike Conley.
Mike Conley is a good answer. I think the one knock against Conley is that at one point in time, Mike Conley was the highest paid player in all of the league. Um, and I think a lot of people could potentially remember that. Mike Conley is also in that Bradley Beal, Drew Holiday group where, like, very well respected, great, I think family man. I don't want to put that into Mike Conley's into his name, but I do believe that is the case. And then, everybody who speaks about Mike Conley publicly has always been very, very well liking to Mike Conley. I think DiVincenzo is also a pretty good answer. When he left New York, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let's go. We got rid of Randall and we got Towns, but no, we lost Dante." They were pretty happy we lost Randall, but not Dante DiVincenzo. Um, I think he fits in a good like needle of uh good player that comes off the bench who's like a very good player and has he doesn't have a shot chucker uh you know play style, so he's going the nerds are going to like him because of that, and he's not too good to where he's someone who's going to get blamed for team losses. So I think DiVincenzo is a very nice answer and potentially something we could pivot back to. Anthony Edwards is a sneaky superstar, but I believe he has some previous comments um, that make it kind of tough to pick him here. Um, he also had the pre-draft not wanting to play in the NBA and wanting to be a NFL and rapper. So, but I feel like his NBA play has been pretty non-controversial. I think DiVincenzo and Conley are two pretty good ones we can come back to here for sure. Um, yeah, let's go. Let's just stay in that division. Let's go to Denver. Do we have anybody in Denver that we think is a good candidate for this?
Ooh, honestly, like low key, underrated one could be Aaron Gordon,
That's where
but
my mind went.
it went there, but like Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon. I don't know if
Oh,
I don't know like what the are we what are we like would that be categorized as a controversial like moment?
I think
I
it
mean I
would
think
be.
so. I think that's probably one of the most controversial moments like ever because he should have won that. Um, so I think that might eliminate him unfortunately because besides that I think he like get the criteria for everything else. No,
Yeah, I mean, he's just a very good player. Rotted the early part of his career in Orlando, as every player who goes to Orlando does. Um, let's go. And, they're changing the bill, obviously. But yeah, I think Aaron Gordon, if he didn't have that dunk contest, he would be a slam dunk candidate. Um,
nice.
yeah, had to work that
That
one
was
in
good.
there.
That was good.
Jokic is too good. He's been in too
Yeah,
many tight MVP races. We can't include him there. And then,
and the Embiid one,
Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray got paid. Oh, he had the
the
bubble.
2020 incident. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, oh yeah, Jamal Murray. I don't know if we can do that.
yeah.
Christian Brown just got paid a reasonable contract, and people don't like it. So, yeah, or some people don't like it. I think it's fine, but that alone makes it kind of tough for him. Um, Cam Johnson's a pretty non-controversial guy. Oh, but his draft, when he was drafted, he was like 22 years old, and Phoenix reached on him. That alone
Mm.
was a little bit of a controversial draft pick.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Cam Johnson because like,
He also has the podcast that he does, and I feel like that's
ooh,
valid
does he have
means
a
to
podcast? I did not know he had a podcast.
he he's like the main player on JJ Redick's podcast now that he's the Lakers head
Oh,
coach. So
that's so random.
it's way less controversial than the old Denver Nuggets small forward, but I think moving on from Nuggets there. I mean, unless I don't think anybody's like some people will tell you Peyton Watson is good, some people will tell you Peyton Watson is dog shit. So I think that makes it kind of hard to pick Peyton Watson. Uh, yeah, I think we've explored our options here. I think it's kind of like Aaron Gordon, and he's like probably a mid-tier guy as far
Too
as
much.
yeah. Um, let's just knock that division out and let's go to OKC and then the other two teams. Um, Shea's just we can't pick Shea. He's got the foul baiting allegations. He was in the Paul George trade. I feel like him being drafted by the Hornets alone makes it to where we can't pick Shea. So, uh, yeah, do we have any ideas here for OKC?
I mean, the only one I can really think of is Isaiah Hardenstein. Well, ooh, he was in the Doors book. The Doors book.
Yeah,
He was in the Doors book video, so I don't know.
I
If I,
actually thought about that when I was thinking about Gobert, but there was so much already on Gobert. Like
yeah,
people think he sucks, and he got paid a super max.
yeah.
Um,
This is hard because this is a team that just came off the chip.
everybody loves Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah,
I mean, AJ Mitchell goes out there and gets buckets. I think it has to be one of the not even rotation players because everybody's kind of out on like Caruso, Dort, and Case and Wallace because they play football. So we can't pick those guys.
yeah. What's up with Dort this season, man? I thought he could shoot threes.
Ooh,
I don't know
it
what
comes
happened.
and goes with Dort, man. It
Yeah,
comes and goes.
apparently.
Uh, but it's I think you're right. Like I don't even Hardenstein's a decent answer, but the Doris Burke incident is pretty tough on him. That was on national television. Western Conference Finals. That's we're gonna have to consider that, but we'll throw Hardenstein in the notables. I'll actually make a Google Doc to keep track of all of our guys right now.
Oh,
Uh,
good idea.
yes, because we are going to forget somebody if we don't anyway. Um, Dante DiVincenzo, Ihart, Mike Conley. There we go. Those are our candidates right now. Um, we'll move forward. We have Portland in this. It would be very easy to just throw all of Portland out because of the Chauncey Billups situation.
Yes, that is true. Is that what we're doing?
Potentially. Now, Jan Hansen has played only two, or maybe only one regular season game for Chauncey Billups, and everybody loves Jan Hansen.
Yeah.
But that draft pick was surprising, so I
Yeah.
don't. That can constitute some controversy. Um, Scoot, no shot. He was in the. People were arguing him over Wemby, so Uh, we can't pick Scoot. Drew Holiday, Drew Holiday, he's only played one game for Chauncey Billups. Drew Holiday can get,
I
uh,
feel like Drew Holiday's a good one.
yeah, Drew Holiday can get put on the list, or I don't know if we want to call it put on the list.
Put on the
Um,
list. He
we
gets
are gonna,
added to the doc.
we will talk about Josh Giddey later, who's on a different list.
Okay, okay.
Um, Never mind. Yeah, Drew Holiday's a pretty good answer.
I like Drew Holiday. I think
Yeah,
Shaden Sharp just got paid a bunch. Denny Avdia?
mm, he does have the Israel connection.
Oh,
That's
right.
non-basketball related controversy.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So
um, maybe Klingon. Klingon could
Kling
be one.
Klingon's pretty good. Now, yeah, Klingon's a decent answer. He did, yeah, Klingon's a decent answer, honestly. Yeah, I mean, such a niche name, still in his young NBA career, despite being, one of the better players in his draft. But we'll put him on the short list here.
Huh? Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant has no shot because,
Matisse Thybulle, no. Rob Williams, no.
yeah, I mean, those guys are injury prone. Now, injury prone players, I don't know how we would rate factor in injury proneness into this, but I like where we're starting. Maybe I can share the screen. Maybe that would be a cool idea, right?
Mm,
Here's the current candidates list. Should be on the screen now. Are you seeing the? No, you're probably not.
no.
Okay. Yeah, let's move forward to the Utah Jazz. There we
Um,
go. There we go. We now have the least oh 26 least controversial player. So yeah, that's spelled so wrong, but it's okay. We're going to throw Ace Bailey already. He's already off here. He sat out of his pre-draft workouts. Sorry, Ace. I think he's averaging 2 points per game so far this season. Hopefully he turns it around. Um, they just have a ton of guys who you're just like, eh. Kyle Filipowski is not going to be on here. We're,
hell
we're
no.
not. Nope. He had an interesting college career, and he had his
Oh, yeah.
interesting draft saga.
Yeah. What about Svi?
Svi Mikhailuk. That's a poll. He started on opening night for Utah. Shout out to Svi.
Hey,
Um,
that's when they took down the Clippers by a
yeah, yeah,
really big margin.
they destroyed the Clippers on opening night. Svi, yeah, Svi's like a guy who like he's very just like he's. I feel like when we have these. Oh shoot, I was in the Svi. You have your players who touch the ball twice a game and they shoot an open corner three. It's going to be really hard for them to be controversial. Also on the Jazz, I mean, Larry Markkinen is, he's had all the trade talks, and that's
Ooh,
out of his control. But now he's on the huge
I don't
deal, and
know.
he's, yeah,
Yeah. I don't think you can say Lowry.
yeah. I don't think you can either.
Maybe Sensabaugh.
Ooh, Bucket Bryce.
Maybe. Yeah. But he doesn't, I don't know, he hasn't gotten too much playing time, has he? I think it was like I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
Yusuf Nurkic will not be included.
No.
His on-court production is too offensive. Oh, Kevin Love. Kevin Love's he's got the digital footprint working against him. I think Damian Lillard called him out because of the Chauncey Billups. Kevin Love's opinion on the Chauncey Billups situation. So we're gonna not include Kevin Love. Um, yeah, I mean it's just a bunch of like young players who just like it's hard to have a bold opinion on Keontae George or Taylor Hendricks. Yeah. Oh, I feel like just because they're still young, they're more controversial than Svi Mikhailuk because everybody knows Svi Mikhailuk is the guy. He's the movement shooter your team calls when you're down horrendous as a roster, and he will end up starting 12 games a year for you and shoot 35% on catch and shoot threes. Or, it's probably higher than that, but yeah, let's move on from the horrendous Utah Jazz because we do need. Let's see, what division do we go next to? So we went
Go
next.
to Orlando. Let's go to Orlando.
Yeah, yeah. Orlando. So we're gonna throw out both Paolo and Franz because there's genuine debate about who between them is the better player. I think that's a good place to start.
I
Wendell
like.
Carter.
Oh, go ahead.
Wendell Carter was in the Vucevic trade,
Ooh,
so I don't know if we can use that
that's
against Wendell
crazy.
Carter.
That's
Go
crazy.
ahead. What were you
Yeah.
saying before?
What about Desmond Bain? Is Desmond
Ooh,
Bain? Is he too good? Did he get paid too much? I mean, he's been like the most consistent shooter in the league. Like on a Grizzlies team, like everyone, like a bunch of those players get talked about. I feel like Bain's the only one that never got talked about in like a negative light, anything controversial like that. And then probably Jalen Suggs too.
yeah. Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs has a little bit of the Caruso to him, where people don't respect his defense because he's physical. So we're just. I think Jalen Suggs uh and Desmond Bane are good. I think the only knock I'd have against Bane is he was a 21-year-old on draft night and was selected 30th, really just because of that. Um, but we can include him, and then the reaction to his trade as well as a potential. You know, people really freaked out about the pick capital exchange for Desmond Bane, but we will include him here for sure. Tyus Jones, is that a guy we should consider going forward?
Maybe, yeah. Do we? Is there anything like last year? Was there too much on that? Like, did he underperform too
Mm.
much? I
See,
mean,
he
he was
took a
on a bench.
minimum. He took a minimum to start for Phoenix, and that
Yeah,
alone can spark a conversation on whether or not Tyus is controversial. Well, I mean, what do we think? Do we think taking less money to be a starter? I mean, is that a inherently controversial thing to do for a player? I'm really not sure.
yeah. I mean, I can see it both ways. Um, I mean, I think it's controversial because we were surprised. We thought he would get more money. I guess if we want
Mm.
to look at it like that.
Yeah, it seems like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. I don't know if we can hold that against Tyus Jones. So we'll include him. The Magic sneaky are leading the clubhouse with three candidates to be the least controversial player in the NBA. Let's go, Orlando. Um, two of them are, two of their three best players. So
Not
shout
bad,
out to
not bad.
yeah. Unfortunate Franz Wagner couldn't make it. You know, him, his brother is on the squad, and the questions about his jumper, enough to knock Franz Wagner. Um, Centers Goga Batatse, he was cut by Indiana before the third year of his rookie contract. I don't know. There was inherent controversy about their center rotation, about who should be the center. Jonathan Isaac will not be in consideration here. He has his, uh, you know, he did. What did he do? I don't know
He
what he.
stood up. He didn't kneel during the national anthem.
Yeah, that's what it was. So we will not be including
Then they
Jonathan
asked,
Isaac because that action is obviously controversial. It's going to stir up some controversy. Do we have any other Orlando candidates?
mm, "No, I think
All
that's
right,
all of them."
I agree. Miami candidates. Terry Rozier should obviously be included as one of the least controversial players. Same with Jaime Jaquez Jr. Never had anything crazy happen with Jaime Jaquez Jr. Um,
Powell, Norman,
mm, Norm
maybe
Powell's pretty good. Norm
Davion
Powell,
Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell was selected to be the third guard behind Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. So I don't know
Okay,
that. that kind of hurts his case. You know, it's kind of like the same thing as Cam Johnson, where it's like not his fault, but outside of Norm Powell, I don't know if I see a Heat candidate because Tyler Hero. There's questions about if he's actually like that good. He's obviously a great player, but is he a max contract player? Definitely not. And that's what he's currently facing. Is he going to get that max contract? And I think Bam's play is pretty like well, non-controversial. I think everybody has a pretty normal opinion about how good Bam is, but I mean, he just yeah, we could include Bam potentially.
Mm. Yeah. Was there anything with like his Team USA stuff?
Ooh, this is adding new levels to it. I didn't think about
I
Team
don't know if there
USA.
was.
Ooh, I don't. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know if he played on the 2023 team that did not win gold. So
He's dating. He's dating.
yeah, I don't think Angel Wilson makes him controversial, but I don't
I
know. I
know. I
mean,
know.
there's questions on if she's a better basketball player than him, right?
Yeah.
I
I don't
guess.
know.
Uh, I guess we could include that. Um, for that reason, we'll include Norm Powell and not Bam Adebayo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Did you say something?
No, I was just agreeing.
All right, all right. Your Washington Wizards. CJ McCollum is, you know, the Players Association president, so he will not be included. I think that's fair means to exclude him.
Yeah. Alex
Um,
Starr can't can't
can't do
include
it.
him. Bagley, no.
Bagley was selected over Luca, so he's not included here.
Um,
Um, ooh,
I don't know.
Anthony Gill.
Fuck no. I don't even want to hear that man's name. Um, like maybe Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George. I don't know. It might be too early to say for those two guys.
Yeah, I feel like they have the similar situation to the Jazz guys, where it's
Yeah,
like there's a wide gap in what their potential talent level might be that we can't really make a
just don't
good
know
case for
yet.
them. Yeah,
Middleton, nah, because he was in the Bucks trade. That's pretty big.
the Kyle Kuzma deal. Such an awesome trade. Love that. Love that that happened. Um, yeah, I don't know if we got a guy for Washington, honestly, because their unks are eliminated, and the young players just have such a wide differentiating what their talent is. So I don't know if we can include any Wizards. We could consider Atlanta Hawks players. I feel like Jalen Johnson is pretty well. Yeah, I think you could make a case for Jalen Johnson. I think it would fall apart kind of quickly though because he hasn't stayed healthy and you're not really sure how good of a player he is. Trey Young has no shot. Porzingis, Porzingis, has terrorized Dallas Mavericks fans. So, um, as a player and an opponent,
Yeah,
we can't say Porzingis. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think there's an Atlanta Hawk.
unless like
Nikhil,
yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
yeah. Luke Kennard was selected over Donovan Mitchell, so
Wow,
can't pick Luke Kennard.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean Nikhil Alexander Walker. Yeah, I mean that's my best guess. I think we're gonna skip Atlanta. Nikhil is Shea's cousin, so that alone could cause some. People were complaining about him being. Doris Burke was the main person who was like, "Oh, it's Shea's cousin. It's Shea's cousin." And we could potentially use that against Hartenstein. And yeah, I think we can skip over the Atlanta Hawks. Just real quick, I see that you are muted for when we get to the next team. I know we're missing a team in the division, but I'm completely blanking on it. The Hornets. Oh, they
Hornets.
they have some very non-controversial guys on their squad.
Um, Literally, I don't think. I think we can't do anyone.
Yeah, I don't.
um, because they're either too young or too controversial,
Let me
right?
pull
Am I
up their
wrong?
roster. Yeah, I am thinking of similar sentiments about their
I
That's
mean, the only one I can really think of is Colin Sexton, but I feel like there has to be something controversial about him.
that's kind of a that's a fucked up statement, not gonna lie, but
Well, no, no, no,
yeah, not
no.
anything
I just
about
feel like he's. I feel like there's like something like maybe he wasn't like what about what? What did you?
maybe you can argue that he tried to, Colin Sexton on live TV after he got drafted. He was
Oh,
like, LeBron,
he got
man.
banned. He got. Oh, jeez. He tested positive for PEDs
He did? Oh my
in
goodness.
2025. Yeah,
Wait, so this was like a week ago,
early in
probably.
2025.
Oh wow.
No, no, I think this was in February. So when he was still on the Jazz. This is when he was still on the Jazz.
I am very confident Danny Ainge injected him with those steroids so he wouldn't play. Like I can be, not 100% certain, but I would 100% believe that. So no Colin Sexton. Darn, that was their best candidate probably. The Plum God, probably not going to include the Plum God. Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball are very, very. I just thought of a new level to this. We kind of have to eliminate anybody who is 6 feet 7 inches tall.
Okay.
We
Okay.
we have to. I don't think any of our candidates are 6 feet 7 inches tall.
Yeah,
So
let's yeah, we gotta stay away from that.
yeah, we have to stay away from that. Eastern, we'll stay in the East. We'll go. My jersey's on. We'll go to the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns has the big purr stuff. I
Oh,
think that's enough to knock him down. Like, as not the to where he's not the least controversial. Brunson has the foul baiting allegations.
wait. Sorry, I was just the Colin Sexton thing. I don't think he was like officially suspended, but he did test positive for an unknown PED. Just
Mm,
wanted to get all the right
Facts straight.
information out there. Yeah, I don't want to like like
Incriminate
he
us.
didn't get suspended or anything, and he remained like active. So I don't. I guess it was like it was a PED, but nothing like that illegal. You know, it was probably like something he either unknowingly took or like he just didn't know it was on the list. All right, continue.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Um, maybe OG. What would you have to say about OG? Because I feel like Mikhail with the contract stuff.
The
I feel like
trade.
and the trade. Oh, the OG
Yeah.
trade. Or
Oh well, the OG trade too, because they traded RJ Barrett. Shout out to Canadian Royce O'Neal, but uh, yeah, that was just a steal of a trade for the Knicks. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's anybody here. I mean, I think everybody loves Deuce McBride. He would probably be my
Josh
one
Hart,
guess.
or
Eh,
because he has the podcast.
oh yes, I didn't even think about the podcast. I was gonna say if you watch Josh Hart play in a playoff series, um, um, past you get past the first round of the playoffs and you're like, oh my goodness, what is going on? This is not the player that was in the regular season for us. Uh, yeah, I think Deuce McBride's a decent answer. I think all of the young players are just like absolutely not because I see every week that Ariel Hockporty is going to save the team.
I saw him hit a 3-pointer the other day.
Goodness,
That was very surprising.
yeah, that is very surprising. I actually have no idea how I didn't see that because I've watched every minute of the Knicks this year, so I don't know how I've missed that. Um, was it in the Cleveland game? I wasn't watching that one
Let me
as
check. Let me
intensely.
check because I was watching it on the real app. Shout out the real app. Very valid app. Oh wait, who am I looking for? The Knicks. Here,
Hockporty.
continue. I'll let me get the information on that real quick.
I'm gonna write down Deuce McBride. I think he's a decent answer. I
Yeah,
think out of all the Knicks, I think he's the answer. Um, Mikhail had the big trade. OG Anunoby, uh, yeah, I don't really have anything besides the
but you know
RJ
what?
Barrett.
Definitely, he did not hit a three.
Okay,
That's been
okay.
someone else. But
It
should,
had to
yeah,
have been Yabu, right?
it must have been. It must have like because sometimes what the app does is it flashes a player scored and then like quickly changes it. So
Oh,
that's must what would have happened. Um,
Okay.
he didn't even like it. He doesn't even attempt threes.
I was pretty sure that was the case.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Um,
Deuce McBride's the only one there.
Boston, Jaylen Brown, just by the fact of the Tatum, Jaylen Brown, uh, will this work conversations, I think
What
that can
about
eliminate Jaylen Brown.
yeah? Also the hairspray stuff.
Yeah, the hairspray is pretty tough. Jaylen Brown could be working at NASA right now, but um, he chose the capitalism route. So I think that making more money in the NBA. So we can't say Jaylen Brown, of course. Uh, and then it's just a bunch of just uninspiring guys. Derek White has the podcast. I feel like Derek White would have been a pretty interesting candidate, but he started the podcast this year. There was the All Star debate, I believe 2 years ago for Derek White. I don't know if we can say Derek White, honestly.
Shame.
It's a real shame. Uh, and then it's just like, are we
Like,
gonna make
say Peyton
Jordan
Pritchard.
Walsh? Say that again?
Could you even say Peyton Pritchard?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really think so. The whole 6 man stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of in that DiVincenzo range where and maybe not anymore for Boston, but where he's obviously a good bench player and he's not that important to the team where he doesn't get blamed for losses, but it's also just Peyton Pritchard and he was like not good for several years. And Boston fans were like, "Oh, Pritchard's legit." Um, Now Peyton Pritchard also went against the mold and shot all of the half court shots before it didn't hurt the stats. And I'm sure NBA Players Association did not appreciate that because Peyton Pritchard was setting a precedent that you can do those things. So I think we're gonna have to rule out Peyton Pritchard.
All right, I like the reasonings.
We're gonna skip Boston. No Boston players unless you have any.
No,
Philly. I mean, we have to skip Paul George and Embiid.
that is definitely true.
VJ's too
um,
young. Quinn Grimes had the free agency.
Debacle, Maxi.
Maxi's pretty non-controversial for how good he is.
Yeah, I feel like everyone just thinks he's gross. I feel like Maxi's a calm one.
And the thing with Maxi too is Daryl Morey like put James Harden in the cuckold, and he did the same thing to Tyrese Maxey with the contracts.
It's a crazy analogy there. Sorry.
But and Tyrese Maxey didn't bitch about it, and it created the cap space plan that got them Paul George.
Yeah,
So we can for sure include Maxey. Kyle Lowry had all the flopping stuff. Andre Drummond,
and he has
no.
that video.
What?
The now introducing 6'2" guard Kyle. Big old. You haven't seen that one?
I
I'll have to
maybe
send it to you off pod. I'll have to send. It's not actually anything like serious.
okay.
It's not
I
anything.
also I don't want to make this up, but I believe he did get arrested in his time in Houston, but I believe he beat the case, but that alone is just like, well, we can't include that. But I think if Kyle Lowry didn't have the flopping, he would be a real interesting guy here. Um, damn. Yeah, we're not including Andre Drummond, and nobody's going to war for Jabari Walker or Don Barlow as guys here. Kelly Oubre.
Hmm. He might be. Hmm. Yo, there's no Kelly Oubre be getting into mad fights.
Oh yes, he is a
Um,
hothead. Yeah.
like not even just on Philly. He had that stuff with was it Marcus Smart maybe when we were on the when we were on the Wizards. Also,
Oh,
he went up to the referees and was like, "You a bitch, you a bitch." You know,
I
I'm
I
a
do
bitch.
remember that as well.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, 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 no. Jeez,
Kelly,
his name is right in front of my face. No,
Kelly,
Kelly
Kelly.
Oubre. I think Maxi's the good Philadelphia 76ers answer because he just goes out there and balls with like the the worst basketball situation of all time presented in front of him, and he's like never complained about it.
Yeah,
So
good dude,
shout
good
out to
dude.
Tyrese Maxey. I think most players would turn into the Joker after like 2 weeks of that garbage. Brooklyn Nets, they have a ton of great candidates here. such as Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas. Um,
Yeah, the funniest team of all time.
yeah, we
Um,
we talked about it in the episode. I literally don't know if there's I Dayron Sharp is pretty non-controversial.
is Nick Claxton non-controversial?
I feel like he is. Oh, he got into the fight with Embiid in the playoffs that one year.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure he like they were about to win that game and he just like just swung on him in a game three of a playoff. Dayron Sharp.
sure, why
Yeah,
not?
let's include Dayron Sharp. Um, I think that's fine. Yeah, his height is not the forbidden number, so yeah, we will include Dayron Sharp. Um, let's see. There's one more team at Toronto. Oh, yes, this is a great one. How will we handle Scotty Barnes's quirkiness?
Oh no, that's rough. And he has the stream. Stream.
I
Um,
was I was gonna say the quirkiness kind of works in his favor. I think everybody likes Scotty Barnes.
yeah. All right.
I think he's an objectively pretty like everybody likes Scotty Barnes the person. It's just Raptors fans like Scotty Barnes the basketball player way more than they should.
Throw him on there. Let's throw Scotty on there.
Yeah, I think Scotty is. I mean, he's literally just he's a Gen Z everyday Gen Z kid. Is what he feels like. Uh, he just happens to be. Oh gosh. Oh no, he's the forbidden height.
Oh,
Oh, quickly, I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, he is the forbidden height. Unfortunately, we're not including Scotty Barnes.
we're like
So
elementary teachers. Those
yeah,
numbers are banned in our classroom. Those numbers are banned on our doc.
yeah. No, unfortunately, Grady Dick is disqualified. Um,
No. Um,
I tuned into uh Mavericks Raptors. Earlier today I watched the game because yeah, you got time on Monday afternoons sometimes, and I saw them meat check D'Angelo Russell.
he meat checked them.
Yeah, just popped him in the groin,
What?
and that's all types of ironic.
Against the Magic?
Mavericks,
Oh, okay.
which
My
is
bad.
hilarious. Has nothing to do with this. I just I thought it was funny.
Two
Uh,
words. Garrett Temple.
ooh, Unk Temple.
Unk Temple.
Ooh, I think that's a great answer. I mean,
He's got to be.
he's been an assistant coach for 3 years now.
Not only that, like during his career, he's never like had anything, and he's always been a solid player.
I mean, no way NBA teams keep a mediocre player around for that long if he's problematic off the court, right? Like Garrett Temple's got to be like the greatest dude ever.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, we have. I think he's kind of my only candidate here for Toronto because Brandon Ingram's been, nothing against Brandon Ingram, but I mean, he's a well-known stoner as well for BI. Um, I think
You
that'll
don't
that'll
like
bring.
those. You don't like those.
Yeah, I don't. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. I actually like Brandon Ingram, but he also had the girlfriend who was like 5'10", not 5'10", 4'10", right? Was that Brandon Ingram?
I have no clue. I think, yeah, I really have no idea.
Hold up, Ingram. Uh, okay, yeah, it was Brandon Ingram. It was when he was fresh out of college, I believe. His girlfriend was like 4'10", I think. Oh, 4'9". Okay, let's go.
Shout out to
Shout out
him.
to shout out to Bi. Yeah, I mean Jakob Poeltl, but he was in the Kawhi deal. Um, He's gotten two big contracts from Toronto since then. I don't know. Chicago, we are going to skim past Josh Giddey. Um, I don't really don't think they have a guy. I don't know if they have a Javon Carter is a pretty good name.
Yeah,
He was rocking the bald cut as a rookie.
he's rocking the bald cut in college.
Yeah. Ooh. Maybe that's not a good part for his candidacy.
Um,
Javon Carter's secretly 10 years older than he is. Is
No,
that
I think.
for the conspiracy theorists?
Ooh,
For the Kyrie Irvings of the world, Javon Carter has to be controversial.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's the only one for them if you're gonna do anyone. So
Yeah,
I didn't move on.
we'll write them down here. Yeah, because I mean, Kobe White's pretty. I've he's been in the league for like 8 years now, and one of the biggest markets. Only ever heard good things about Kobe White. Um, he is also very polarizing as a player, especially if you ask a Bulls fan how good Kobe White is. Vooch is terrible at basketball. Not really, but only a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Io DeSunmu, but
I mean, that's controversy right there over who should be starting.
yeah,
Kobe Ayo Sumu.
yeah, we can't include all of their garbage wings too with Patrick Williams, Jalen Phillips, Isaac Agoro.
So bad on offense, man. Pat
Yeah,
Williams.
they're 2-0. Let's not disrespect them.
They are 2-0, and they're going against the Hawks tonight.
Oh, that's actually going to be pretty sick. I think we have games starting in a minute or two here, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, Peacock. Shout out Peacock. They did good.
Oh, have you? Did you see the Knicks pregame the other day? They were explaining what a pre-switch was. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I like that they're bringing more or not technological, but like basketball terms. Like I feel like with football, it's a lot easier to explain, but like mid game, there's never like film breakdowns or anything like that in the NBA. You know?
Yeah. I mean that prime, like the group who did the prime games, elite, awesome. You get Steve Nash, Dirk, Blake Griffin, and Udonis Haslem. Like it's such an upgrade over the inside the NBA crew. And then Taylor Rooks is also very awesome. So um, I think Prime is cooking right now. And shout out to Peacock as well because I feel like there's good things coming with them. Austin Rivers, everything I've seen about his stuff, pretty damn good. And I honestly wouldn't expect that because he defended his dad against I think it was it JJ? I
Austin
think it was JJ.
Rivers.
Yeah,
How
Austin
do we
Rivers.
get talking about Austin Rivers?
Well, because he does games for Peacock, not games, but he's
Oh,
an
he
analyst for
does.
Peacock. Yeah,
Okay.
he's not in the league anymore. We're not including him.
Oh, I know that. Don't worry.
He has all the nepotism claims as well. We couldn't include Austin Rivers here. And us not including somebody as a candidate does not mean they're a controversial name. It's just we don't think they could be the least controversial player. I feel like we
Yes.
should have clarified that a while ago. But
Yes, just in case we're not pissing all the NBA players off, and then they'll never hop on the pod with us.
well, Thomas Bryant, we don't have
Especially
to
not
worry
Josh
about
Giddey.
him.
I don't think Josh Giddey is gonna be hopping on the pod with us anytime soon.
Oh no, no, no shot. You think Josh Giddey? What do you think he? I feel like it's definitely devastating to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least he didn't get charged or anything. That would have been way worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I won't make any comments. I'm sure his team has made comments, and that's the story we'll go with for the Josh Giddey situation. Other Cavs players, I included your guy Thomas Bryant. I think he's actually a pretty good answer. Um, DeAndre Hunter is not going to be included because he could be OJ Anunoby, but he wants to be Jordan Clarkson. Oh. Donovan
Sam
Mitchell,
Merrill?
yeah, Donovan Mitchell was the second player ever with COVID, and he had the rookie thing with Ben Simmons. I don't think we can include, and he's like wanted to go to the Knicks for like 8 of his 10 years in the league, so I don't think we can include him. Sam Merrill's a pretty cool name. He, you know, yeah, I think Sam Merrill's a pretty good name. Jarrett Allen, if Jarrett Allen was slightly worse of a player than he was, I feel like he would be a great answer. But he's exceeded that Dante DiVincenzo range where Jarrett Allen can be criticized for his team's underperformance at
Oh,
times.
100%. Yeah, Jared Allen. Too controversial. I think Evan Mobley as well. Right?
Yeah, they're both just I
Yeah.
think too good to where they can easily be criticized.
Larry
But
Nance. What do you think about that?
ooh,
That's like intriguing, but like early on in his career, I could definitely see him having something. Like maybe with the dunk contest.
he did the dunk with his dad's son's jersey on. That was like a really really good basketball moment. Um,
Okay,
everybody,
let's see. Um, something about a Kobe Bryant tweet incident.
Oh gosh.
In college, he said,
I think I remember this. He said
yeah,
LeBron was the GOAT
no,
over Kobe.
no, he's talking about Kobe Bryant's like Kobe Bryant's case.
Oh.
He
Oh
said,
wait, it was a meme quote
yeah, well, he said, "Gee, I sure hope Kobe can keep his hands to himself in Denver."
in Denver. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
rough one. That might go in next episode.
What's next? Oh, quotes.
All-time great NBA quotes. There's a really great Paul Reed quote.
Great Paul, and a great new Kendrick Perkins quote that just came out this year.
Ooh, I don't know about this one. Is it him talking about how good Paul Reed was in a game?
No,
Oh.
no. Go ahead.
Oh, the ibuprofen. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
include that. Yeah, ooh. We'll talk about it in a week. We'll talk about
yeah, yeah. Let's save back on that.
it. Shout out to Big Perk. He's entertaining for sure.
He's on. He's always on. He is always on TV. That's one thing about Big Perk. They work that man like there's no tomorrow.
You cannot knock Big Perk's work ethic.
No, every time I look up, like at the gym or something, Big Perk's talking. So good for him.
Um, Cleveland. No, Detroit. Jeez. Um, I think Javante Green's pretty good as an answer potentially.
Yeah,
That's kind of their best guy. I don't think they have any controversial names. It's just I don't think they have least controversial type of guys.
maybe Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, but he had the LeBron fight.
No, I was 100% joking.
Oh,
There's no way you could say Isaiah Stewart. Man is a menace.
he is a menace, and he's
Bro,
a
he
great
damn near ran
basketball
through like
player
30
too.
security guards trying to get to LeBron.
Oh,
That's
he's gonna
great.
play defensive end next week for the Lions after they lose another
Hey,
defensive player.
I heard the Jets aren't losing another game this year.
They better lose.
First 0
Man,
17 to make the playoffs.
uh, no thanks. I'll be all right. Just for Justin Fields to throw, to just yeah, no. I do not want to see him against a playoff defense. It's gonna be terrible. Um, Duncan Robinson's had his bad contract before, and he's a podcaster as well. So no Duncan. Quickly, we'll go through it. Do any of these guys well-known podcasters? I don't think so. No, none of these guys are.
Oh, on our list.
No one on our list. Yeah, so I think we're good on that standpoint. Um, yeah,
You
I
know
think
about the Temple podcast?
I would listen to the Young Temple podcast. I would for sure listen to that. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think Detroit. We're good on Detroit. Um, Milwaukee. Ooh, well, they got some great guys here. Uh, Giannis is sneaky candidate here for how good Giannis is. Because I don't
Mm,
ever remember Giannis being hated except when he was the defending champion, because people complained that he was too physical.
Giannis. Giannis has said some crazy things on the live,
He has.
but I
Maybe
think
the
if
family
you
friendliness is
if you're
killing those
not
games.
if we're not thinking about that, then I'm fit to have him on there. I
He's
think.
got to be the least controversial MVP that's currently active, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, because I mean, him and Steph are probably the two candidates, probably, and Steph has his Finals MVP stuff. He has his Magic Johnson debate. Um, everybody loves Miles Turner. I
Yeah.
kind of think he should be in that Jared Allen range where he can kind of be to blame for some of his team's shortcomings, so that could hurt him. But he's only been on a good team for the last 2 years. It's worth considering, and him and Jared Allen are both similar. I feel like they would get along very well. I think they would make the best Lego, city of all time. Um, yeah. I mean, I think that would be such a great duo. I think they should start a podcast together. Not make it about basketball though.
What about? Did you say Bobby Portis already?
He had the PED suspension this past year. That was
Ooh,
one that I
that is
saw
true.
when I looked it up.
Yeah.
Um, I think everywhere Bobby Portis has gone, they love him and hate him depending on his play because it is very volatile for like a backup big man because usually their play is pretty stable. He's a shot based big. Um, Torian Prince, no can do. He's got the Darvin Ham situation. Um, Kuzma, no shot. Jericho Sims, we can't put him. The whole city of New York will come for us if we put Jericho Sims. Uh, Thanasis has no shot. Yeah, and then it's just other just uninspiring candidates. A lot of them are the forbidden height. I think AJ Green is an interesting guy, and then Cole Anthony, I think are the
Oh
two.
no, you can't put Cole Anthony up there.
I can't put Cole Anthony. Am I gonna be disappointed when I look up Cole Anthony
No,
scandal?
no, no. I feel like was he not a first round draft pick?
He was like the 15th pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like especially like bro, I don't know. I feel like he should have been a lot. Like there was a lot more expectation, and
He was the number one player coming out of high school.
yeah,
So
I don't know. Something just feels like
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, we can fade Cole Anthony. Um, I think we have like one team left here. Indiana, I think, is the one team we have left in the Eastern
In the
Conference.
East,
Let's go. An hour in, a little bit more than that actually. Um,
Mac McCall.
Indiana.
No, I'm kidding.
There's like nobody here for Indiana. Benedict Mathurin is in that cool range, but he also had the worst minute in NBA Finals history of all time in one of those games. So I think we'll fade him for that reason. Pascal Siakam has been, you could argue
Siakam,
Pascal.
yeah, I can't.
He's
Oh, what was the trade he was involved in? Was he involved in a trade that was controversial?
no, it was pretty. I mean, people didn't think it was going to get Indiana over the hump, and they were pretty much wrong about that. So you could say that as a reason to knock him. Um, number two player on multiple finals teams. Those guys are going to be pretty well liked unless you're like Mortal Kombat Draymond Green. So we'll move past Indiana though. I don't think Pascal Siakam would really have an argument to be the guy. He's gotten his bag. You know, San Antonio they do have the alien. Is
Mm.
Wemby too good? Is the real question.
Can I mean I feel like he's like right now it's pretty like unanimous that he's the best player in the world. I
Like
don't know.
right now, everybody is saying that right now, and it
And
might be true.
well, yeah, I don't really know like where you dispute that, you know.
He
Um,
he also does he has the Kevin Durant thing, which I forgot about, where his height was fabricated in the opposite direction.
they said he was shorter.
Yeah, when he came
Came in
into
like
the league and everybody was like, "No, you're taller than 7'3".
yeah. I heard he's like 7'7" now.
Yeah, Boban said, yeah, he's even taller than the 7'5" they list him at.
I don't know if he's controversial though. Like there's really nothing I can think of controversial wise.
Oh,
Oh,
he's tangentially related to the Doris Burke incident, as he is of French descent. He also was the number one enemy of the United States in the
oh,
gold medal
well,
game.
you could also say that the Scoot Henderson
Oh,
Wemby,
yes. Yes,
even though that wasn't really, I guess, just looking at it at the time, like if you're taking it from like a right before the draft standpoint, obviously not now.
and he was also the best draft prospect ever,
Yeah,
and that is enough cause for debate. So we're
yeah, and
gonna skip
I
Wemby.
think that I guess there's a debate. I think that Wemby's a better prospect than Cooper Flag, but obviously people say Cooper. Like, everyone just says Cooper Flag's the best prospect, so I think that that could also be
Yeah, for sure. Um,
a
I'll
knock.
throw out some other candidates on the Spurs. Harrison Barnes, Luke Cornett are the only other guys I would consider.
I like Luke Cornett. Just saw. Ooh, no, I think the Luke Cornett blocks are just a funny thing. That's not controversial. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and
I
it
like
might be sneakily effective. Like,
it is.
what about what will happen when Wemby learns that shit?
Oh, The difference between that and what Wemby does, Wemby actually like will block it.
Like,
That just puts
no,
his hands up.
I think for interest of the league, we need to not include Cornette because as soon as Wemby realizes Luke Cornette isn't the only person who can do that, it might be Jover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true because yeah, that's gonna be hard to shoot over. It's gonna
Yeah.
be really hard to shoot over.
Harrison Barnes, the only thing I can think of for him is Zachary Richardson was compared to Harrison Barnes, and people were like, why would you take Harrison Barnes with the first pick?
That's crazy. I don't know. That's not really like that's more controversial
Richardson based.
on I
Yeah.
guess Ricochet's part. I don't know. I think that's too much of a knock on that can't be used against him type
Yeah,
thing.
that's unfair to Harrison Barnes, I think. There is the worst ankle breaker of all time that was Harrison Barnes. I don't know if you have seen this, but like, oh my goodness, like I think I literally I have to pull it up. It's
Who is it against?
I can't remember who did it, but I remember it was like, oh my God, is that Harrison Barnes?
Someone broke
Um,
him or he broke someone.
somebody broke him. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Shout out to this YouTube user, but I'm going to swipe this. Can you see it?
Yeah. That was the most laggiest thing ever. Wait,
Shout out to Try Ventures.
I
But
even
yeah,
see.
that's
Well, I got you.
shout out to him. Oh, okay. I gotta reshare the other screen. But yeah, maybe is that means for controversy?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's controversial. You just got broke.
Harrison Barnes has beat both of the cases that have been posed against him, it seems. So he will be a potential candidate. Um, yeah, shout out to Harrison Barnes. We'll continue to just go down the West. We did OKC, Golden State. Steph's too good. Jimmy Butler has all of his situations where he forced trades. Draymond Green punches people. Uh,
Kaminga, no. Buddy Healed, no. Uh, Buddy Healed?
Buddy Buckets. Okay, I can't remember which Kings GM said this, but he said he is big like Clay and shoots like Curry. Um, so that's pretty tough. That's I don't know if that's kind of a similar situation where I don't know if we can use that against Buddy Hield, but also Philadelphia
Oh,
76er.
he, he just cursed. I don't know if you saw it, but today, like, he
Oh,
cursed at that
yes.
that thing. That's I don't think that fits the criteria of being a nice guy.
Yeah, like Buddy cursing out a fan and his kid is kind of yeah.
Kind
He
of
he
crazy.
actually had a good chance before that, I feel like.
Yeah, I think we were about to add him.
Yeah, Gary Payton, unfortunately, I think his chances were ruined with statements made by his father. Um,
Pods? I don't know.
Paul's just had the most disrespectful shooting stretch of all time, and
Yeah,
everybody thinks he's terrible because of it. And I think that alone makes it to where he's not a candidate. Kaminga and Moody were part of the two timelines situation, so no chance for them, I think. I think we're ending up with no Warriors as well.
that's hard. That's hard when your full starting lineup, pretty much, or four of your fives is controversial with Kaminga, Draymond, Jimmy, and Curry all being controversial players.
What about Big Al? We haven't considered Big Al.
His time in Philly,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And he went to the Sam Presti tank job after that.
yeah,
And that's pretty rough. Austin Reeves for the Lakers. I'm preemptively disincluding him because I know the reaction to his upcoming contract is going to be kind of crazy. Um, Rui, I remember Rui taking a leave from the Wizards briefly during his time with Washington.
oh, yeah, that was
I
weird.
don't I don't remember what it was for. I think it was personal reasons. I don't want to use that against Rui. Um, DeAndre Ayton, no shot. Marcus
Yeah,
Smart, no shot.
it was personal reasons.
Yeah, shout out to Rui. I think we like Rui. Gabe Vincent
I have a
was
Rui
just
Hachimura Gonzaga jersey, little flex.
ooh,
Quick
that's
little,
actually pretty sick.
yeah.
That is pretty
I
sick.
gotta find that thing, break it out again.
It's in the archives.
Yeah, deep in my bag.
Bronny and Jackson Hayes are like no chance.
Jared Vanderbilt, no. Jake Laravia,
Ooh. Now
that's too low profile.
we did use Goga not making it to the end of his rookie contract against him. I think we have to do the same with Laravia because
All right.
the same thing happened with him. DeAndre Ayton, no shot. Luca got traded and called obese.
Yeah, Luka's hella controversial. Also, the stuff with every year he's going to be in controversy with the MVP. Like him and Shea are
Yeah,
a huge debate right now.
the Trey Luca trade alone.
That's yeah.
I've seen so much Hawks fans like going crazy with cognitive dissonance over that deal. Yeah, no Luca, no Lakers. Wow. Maybe the West will have just nobody. Everybody in the West is controversial. We already did Minnesota. We already did Denver, Memphis. John Morant, let's go. KCP unfortunately had the ankle monitor and
Unfortunately,
is terrible when LeBron James or Nikola Jokic isn't passing him the ball. Oh, and the Jordan Poole clip. Did you see the Jordan Poole clip?
yeah, that was crazy.
That was pretty crazy. Um,
What about Santi?
I was thinking about him. I think he's kind of in that developmental range.
All right, I'm good with that.
And I think the same for like Jalen Wells, Cedric Howard, even though they're too tall. They're the wrong height. Um, you know, Cam Spencer, he has a twin. Um,
Yeah, that's not allowed.
it's confusing, which
Who is
one
his
of
twin?
them which one
Pat
of them played
Spencer.
lacrosse, you
Pat
know?
Spencer's his twin.
Yeah, Cam Spencer and Pat Spencer.
What? They're
Pat Spencer
related.
is the one on the Warriors who played lacrosse
I know
professionally.
who Pat Spencer is. I just didn't know they were related.
Oh, yeah, they're related. Or they're not twins, they're brothers. Um,
Huh? That is crazy. Not know that.
I mean, they do look very identical. Um, yeah, I mean, Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark's a pretty cool answer. Um, that's kind of my only guess here for Memphis, though. Uh, because Zach Edey, he played 2 years as like the most controversial player draft prospect wise because like, will Zach Edey be a good NBA player or will he be turbo dog shit? Uh,
Turbo.
Scottie Pippen Jr. He had the early career nepotism claims, and then he beat the allegations.
He did.
So
He did beat the allegations big time.
yeah, um, Ty Jerome was terrible until last year. Um, kind of. Yeah, he was an okay player, but I don't really think we got any Memphis guys. Yeah, I mean, I would kind of consider Brandon Clark, but I'm not deep in the Brandon Clark lore. I just
Yeah.
haven't heard anything about him.
I can do a quick search.
Yeah, like I'm sure
But if
Brandon
you want,
Clark's a great dude.
yeah,
Um, but
if you
like,
want to pick the next team,
yeah, unless there's anything like great, outstandingly great about Brandon Clark, it's like no way he beats Unk Temple. Speaking of Unks, we're on Los Angeles Clippers. So Kawhi Leonard, let's go, baby. Load management,
um,
aspiration.
definitely not. Definitely. What about
James Harden,
James Harden? No.
no shot.
Yeah, can't. What about Zubac and Derek Jones? What do we think about those two? Because I feel like what was Zubac compared to though? What was that one graphic of him? It's like it's like him on the Lakers. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, he was traded for Mike Muscala. Straight up, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we can include Zubac. That trade's so disastrous. Like, that's so bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think we can include Zubac just because he was a part of that highway robbery. Bradley Beal would be great if he didn't have the Phoenix incident and the max contract incident. Chris Paul,
Um,
no.
Chris Paul, no. What you never say anything about DJJ.
I think DJJ is a good chance. Like, he was undrafted, I'm pretty sure, too.
Undrafted, like fun as hell because all he does is like not all he does, but he's a really good dunker. And then that trade or whenever he got signed to Dallas was like Renat was regarded as like Nico's best move before, and like was one of the reasons everyone loved Nico before the Luka stuff.
I mean, if you can save Nico Harrison's reputation, like after the Luka trade, and it was something that already happened, like, dude, you got to be pretty like. Shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. I think that's the only Clipper I would consider. I mean, yeah, Zubac has the Rob Pelinka incident, so we already did Denver, we already did Utah, Dallas. Oh, um, Anthony Davis, surprisingly not. Oh, he has the Kentucky locker room video.
Yeah,
That's a
I think Davis is pretty. Also, like I know, I don't know. He has been off the court a lot. I know we're not really talking about that, but I think the Kentucky video is enough to
yeah.
disqualify him.
Yeah, shout out to AD for living it up in college. I don't think anything in that video is that crazy. There's definitely worse, but it's just it's it's sus to say the least. It's hilarious. Um, PJ Washington,
No,
he's 6'7" and played in Charlotte. And as soon
and
as he left, the coach
and
like,
has the baby mama stuff,
oh yes, he does
and
have the
like
Brittany Renner
all the
situation.
all the child support he has to pay to her.
Yeah, Cooper Flag was acquired in a rigged draft.
Yeah,
Max Christie was the consolation prize for trading Luca.
Caleb
Um,
Martin. No, that was a terrible trade.
yeah,
Najee
and
Marshall,
ooh,
Dwight Powell.
Najee Marshall also an undrafted guy, I believe, and he's like a good NBA player too. Like I think even better than Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Najee Marshall, he seemed, every clip I've seen of him too, he seems like
Wait,
a grinder. What?
didn't he and did him and Nurkic get into a big fight? I'm
I
reading
do
that
remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
with a punch. Najee Marshall punched Nurkic in the face.
We could also blame this all on Yusuf Nurkic, as
This is true.
he
Yeah,
is
he
the
did
punching
start it.
bag.
He did start it.
I think Najee Mar, I darn. I think the fight alone is enough of a reason to, move him below the Unk Temples of the world.
Mm.
You know, um, yeah. Other than that, like Clay's surprisingly uncontroversial. He seems like a very happy man right now with Megan Thee Stallion, but he did go over 10 in an elimination game.
Oh yes, and yeah, that's like every meme. That's like in every NBA comment
I feel
or
like that
every
will
post
be,
about Clay Thompson.
yeah, that will be said when he gets engaged under the House of Highlights comments.
Yeah,
Darn, he had a shot there. Kyrie, no shot.
no,
Um,
we
yeah,
ref said that before pod, or like before not before pod, but before the episode started.
just thinking about the criteria, we were like, yep, Kyrie's got no chance. Um, Phoenix Suns, baby, let's go. Devin Booker,
Devin Booker's honestly not bad.
he did have the Kardashian
Ooh,
ties.
that might. I think that might get him disqualified. I don't know. What do you think, Pat?
That alone is strong enough to probably disqualify him here. Like we're working with Unk Temple criteria right now. Like
Young Temple is the criteria.
since we put him in, like we've been inducting players at a much lower rate because, like,
There's a real standard. There's a real
there's a
standard.
crazy standard right now. Um, yeah, I don't know. Dylan Brooks has no shot. Grayson Allen, for similar reasons, has no
Oh
shot.
no, I hate
Royce
Grayson.
O'Neal, undrafted, 10-year career, basically. He will be a 10-year player.
I like that honestly.
Yeah, and he's been on some really good teams. What about Royce O'Neal? I recently learned that it's spelled really weird. Hold up. That
Royce
yeah,
O'Neal.
yeah, like that could be means to disqualify him. I don't think it's that damning, but and the rest of them are just like young players who the talent gap gets them.
Yeah,
Shout out to Jordan Goodwin. He shouldn't be in that situation, but he is. Free Jordan Goodwin. Um, Portland Trailblazers. We already did.
you did that.
Quickly make sure we didn't skim over anybody. Tumani Kamara. We
He just
didn't
got
talk about.
paid.
Yeah, he just got paid less than Shaden Sharp, and he's much better than Shaden Sharp. Um, but I don't think that's on fault of Tumani Kamara. That's on fault of how much the Blazers were legally allowed to pay him. Um, Sacramento Kings, let's go. Um, I feel like they have a ton of guys who are less impactful than you think they are, and that makes it hard to rank any of their guys. Um, I mean, Keon Ellis is. I mean, he's also kind of fits that young guy situation.
Malik Monk,
Malik Monk.
a guy that's the only one I can think of. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You know, I'm scared because of the Charlotte of it all. It seems like everything always goes wrong. Um, so I'm gonna make sure we're not. Um,
Okay. Yes.
oh
Something about. Are you seeing it too?
yeah, I was pretty sure he's a stoner. That's what I was pretty sure. Oh, and he also okay, that's not what happened. But he violated the he did violate the anti-drug stuff.
Yeah, suspended in 2020.
Shout out to Malik Monk. He was probably one of the last guys the NBA got on that before
Yeah,
they stopped caring about it.
that's fucked up.
Unfortunate for Malik Monk. He also did get suspended during the COVID stuff for violating COVID standards. So I was like, he played for Charlotte. Something had to have gone wrong in
Wait, who
some
was the
way.
player that door dashed during COVID?
Lou Will, I
That was Lou
think.
Will.
I'm pretty sure it was Lou Will. He went to the club. I know that.
Oh yeah, he's crazy as
I
hell.
think
Yeah,
there
with
was a
Jack
seventh
Harlow.
player.
He went with Jack Harlow to
Yeah,
the club.
gosh. It's great, great, great idea.
It's so
Let's go,
real.
Lou Will. New Orleans Pelicans. Um,
Did we do them? No, I
Not
don't.
yet.
We didn't.
Zion has Zion grew up with Snapchat, so
Yeah, that's like one of the many things on his list.
and was like the most popular teenager from the time he was like 13. So
Yeah.
yeah, digital footprints kind of cooked him.
What about Trey Murphy?
Trey Murphy's a good answer. He is not a podcaster, but he is involved in the NBA podcasting scene.
I'll leave that
Um,
one for you, Pat, to decide if that because like he's just a guest. He's just a guest.
just a guess. You're right.
Yes.
Jordan Poole. Are we docking Jordan Poole for getting punched?
Not only getting punched, I think, but you could also say stuff about the contract and getting traded to Washington right after. I think that was like very controversial. Getting traded for Chris Paul, pretty much.
Now, everybody in Washington has had resounding good things to say about Jordan Poole
Yeah.
since. I think the punch just kind of kills it because it seemed like he said something to initiate the punch.
Well, yeah,
Might
obviously.
not have been
You can't punch
deserving.
him for no reason. I
Yeah,
mean, it would probably obviously like that reaction was way out of hand, but still.
yeah. And like we're working on Unk Temple standards, man. Like, come on.
Temple never puts the hands up. He
We gotta
just
make sure this is the case before we deem him. But
that
we'll
is
we'll
true.
we'll double check the Unk Temple history. Um, yeah, I don't really Dejounte. Oh, Dejounte, poor Dejounte. He was a lottery pick until his youth endeavors scared
Okay.
teams away from him.
Wait,
Um,
he's the vice president of the NBPA.
oh yeah, I mean Dejounte Murray has ended
No,
up
Garrett
becoming.
Temple, not Dejounte Murray.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Dejounte Murray has ended up becoming a pretty good dude, but NBA teams were absolutely scared that he was like a violent gang member before the draft, which was clearly off base because he's like people have said good things about him in the NBA. Shout out to Dejounte, he's made a good NBA career. Um, Jesus, I hate that. I hate that the teams did that to him, bro. That's so messed up. He was that cost him like probably like $30 million.
That's
Like
insane.
that's so messed up.
What about the Sadiq Bey?
Mm. That's tough because he hasn't really played that much in
That
his
is
career.
true. Yeah.
Like he's a 4-year player and he was hurt for the
Oh,
last year.
I meant to say Jose Alvarado.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. He's kind of in the. I mean, he hasn't been in the league for that long, but like he came in at 23 years old, so it's just like we know who Jose Alvarado is. Yeah, I think he's a good answer. There's an extra vowel in there somewhere. Oh well. Big Loon.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Big Loon.
I think Looney's a good answer. We're on our last team of narrowing names now
Ooh.
with the Houston Rockets. Now, Kevin Durant, since we've done this, we've come over a couple of things that I wasn't considering before, such as the lying about his height, the fake hairline. Um,
What about his rap career?
his rap career is probably one of the few NBA players who I think their rap career doesn't hurt them.
I
Kevin
agree.
Durant
His
can
is
kind of
calm.
spit a
It's
little
like
bit.
yeah, his is very lyrical.
Yeah, Kevin
Nothing,
Durant can
nothing too
spit.
crazy. Nothing like Miles Bridges.
Yeah, this is not an Anthony Richardson situation. Um, this is not a Darren Waller situation. Kevin Durant, his few rap songs he's put out have helped him. Fred VanVleet. Do we think Fred VanVleet has a case?
Man, there's got to be something controversial about him. No,
Damn, no faith. I
I
mean,
don't
if
know.
he's like
Like I feel
Drake,
like after what's his name left, Kawhi.
oh, I briefly when I think there might have been some type of a falling out with him and Nick Nurse. I might be
Could be
completely
off
wrong
base
though.
here. Uh, he cursed out an official in that press conference.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it
yeah.
though.
That's enough. That's
That's
enough.
enough.
Yeah. Um, Clint Capella. I've never heard Clint Capella speak before. He's
Yeah,
been in the league for 12 years.
that's so true.
I've never heard him speak.
Yo, I watching the Rockets game. I really thought Capella was Jay Sean Tate. It took me so long to figure out who it was. Um, but I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be a good dude, right? I've never heard anything about him, and he's been on like some high-profile teams.
Like a lot of them.
Yeah, like he was on. Oh,
The Rockets with James Harden when they were trying to beat the Warriors. He's been on the Hawks when the
Clint
Hawks were
Capella
good.
is currently not in a public relationship, so
Oh,
anybody out there looking for Clint Capella,
how did you get this information, Pat?
uh,
What are your sources?
Google AI. So
Google AI. Oh, yeah, yes, yes. That's why we need AI, so they can tell us Clint Capella's relationship.
yeah, I'm glad that we have AI for these exact reasons.
His
I
dirty
searched
deeds.
Clint Capella bad, and it's all talking about his basketball skills. So I think we're pretty safe, including Clint Capella here.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
good.
oh, Steven Adams is like kind of a lock, right? Like,
Yeah, he's hella likable.
yeah, maybe that's what we should have made this titled: the most likable NBA players.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like our guidelines are mm,
They're pretty much they lead us to most or
same
least
thing.
controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the most fair way to put it would be the most likable.
Yeah.
Um,
Whatever.
oh well. Um, I think a men. Everybody loves a men, but I think he's got his Kelly Oubre to him. He's gotten into a lot of fights for being in the league for 2 years.
Yeah, he's insane. Not actually insane, but he does get into a good bit of fights.
Yeah, I love a men though. He's Gen Z Magic Johnson. Let's go, a men. Um, yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith, he undrafted guy. He's been in the league forever. He's Luca's best friend. Everybody likes Luca. If Luca likes Dorian Finney-Smith, why can't we like Dorian Finney-Smith?
I don't know. Me and him did have beef earlier on
Oh, he
last
sold a
season.
parlay probably.
No, 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 not never that, never that. I don't know why. I wasn't rocking with him. I forget why. But let's put him on. This will be me break. This will be me squashing the beef.
Let's go.
Um,
DFS.
yeah, put him on there.
Yeah, I remember your reasoning was there's no way that dude can shoot. He shot over 37%
Yes, yeah,
each year since
that was bad.
2020.
I think I was just
I'm searching Garrett Temple to make sure that he is
I
not.
already yeah I looked. I didn't really find anything.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Garrett Temple's an upstanding guy. Are we now at the point where we're picking Garrett Temple unless we have an argument for anybody
Yeah,
else.
I think Unk Temple should win this crazy thought experiment.
Yeah, has he ever won an award? I
Let's go to
think
his basketball reference.
I think if he's never won an award, this is his award right here.
Let's see.
No awards in his NBA
Ooh,
career. He has never even received votes for anything
that's
in his
fucked up.
15-year career. Yeah, we gotta give Unc Temple. I think this is the award he always dreamed about winning.
Wow. Hopefully he sees this. Everyone tag him in the comments down below. Uh, Garrett Temple. He's been mentioned a lot of times on this podcast. I feel like more than like any other
More more
podcast.
times than he's been mentioned on an NBA broadcast in the last 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, got to
Um,
give the guys flowers. That's what we do here on the show.
yeah, so Garrett Temple, we have awarded as the least controversial NBA player. Um, that will do it for this. This has been an extravagant journey that we've taken here. Next week we're gonna probably talk about the season since we haven't done that yet, and we're almost two
Let's
weeks in.
go.
So stoked for that. To have to point it out there, we do think NBA players are inherently good people most of the time. Most of them,
Yes, we just like the joke. We like to joke around a
yeah, we
lot.
like to joke around. Most of them are young and come on money or come across money.
What? Oh, yo.
They end up with more money than any young person should ever have. Um, and of course, there's going to be weird things that happen. Most of these guys are great guys. Um, we're not going to clear Josh Giddey on that standpoint. I think we will let the federal government do their due diligence on that standpoint. But everybody outside of Josh Giddey are probably good dudes. So
Wow. That's a great way to put it, Pat.
it's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, we're excited to
Oh,
award. Go ahead.
yeah. Finish. You finish. You finish.
We're excited to award Unk Temple, and unless you have anything else, we're gonna wrap this
Well,
up.
I know it's the end, so this might not. Hopefully, might not get seen. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Do you want a quick trivia question? Little brain teaser.
Oh yes,
It was I brought a little. I brought a very big controversy one. Um, in light of today's episode. Uh, all right, I'll go ahead. Yeah, that's perfect. That should be the thumbnail. Okay, Pat. In in 2009, the infamous Gilbert Arenas brings gun into the locker room incident. There was another player involved in the incident. Do you know who that player was?
I, oh,
I'd be very surprised if you got this.
I feel like if you asked me the player and how I should know them, I would get it. I I think his name started with the J, and it was I can't remember it. I can't remember. It's older than me, damn near. Not really, but
You were there, Pat. You were right there. Javaris
JH
Crittenton.
Crittington.
Yeah.
Crittington.
Um, watch the documentary on that on Netflix. Insane. Insane.
Awesome.
They literally pulled guns on each other.
They're both
And like,
alive.
huh?
And they're both still alive, thank
Yeah,
goodness.
and everyone, and they were just like the teammates in the locker room were just like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" And I think that's a perfectly honest reaction. No, Pat.
Great way to end this. Um, we will now be going live on Gil's Arena with Gilbert Arenas. We'll be talking about our favorite.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, "What if
Yeah,
he was doing a podcast?" Oh no, I was thinking about texting him about playing 2K together, and then
ooh,
I was like thinking about me and him in a 2K party.
let's
So
go. Yeah, but
yeah,
we'll be on there later this week. We'll be talking about our favorite settings to gamble in, um, and the best ways to work and build great gambling arenas
Influence.
together. Um, yeah, shout out to Big Gil. Uh,
Big Hill.
yeah, that'll do it for this one. We'll see you guys next time. All right, it's gonna. Okay, I thought I could take it off live. Okay, I can't take it off live, so it's just gonna boot us both out. All right.
If you want to call me and talk, let me
Yeah, yeah.
just do that. All right.